Pregame.com.
Welcome back to pregame.tv. Saturday baseball action. We're going to take a look at Kansas City. Is this Saturday?
Sunday.
Oh, it's Sunday. My bad. I thought so. Sunday baseball action. We've got Kansas City at the Angels. Angels suddenly, they're playing better ball. A month ago we were saying we're going to get the Mike Scioscia watch out again, the hot seat. They're playing pretty good right now. Again, it's getting lost in the shuffle because Oakland is just playing, fantastic baseball. When you can win games with one hit, you're doing pretty good with the A's.
With the A's. Well, when you win 7 out of 9 like the Angels and you don't gain any ground, it's frustrating.
Yeah, but they're getting some pitching now, the Angels. We've had the games where they've, got the offense going, but it's always been a problem with, having leads and having blown. Of course, if you're Jared Weaver, you just take care of things yourself and don't worry about the bullpen. Right. Throw a complete game. Would he have a 2-hitter last night? So we're taping on Thursday. We look at this game on Sunday. We've got a matchup. Vargas is going.
Vargas against Garrett Richards.
Garrett Richards, you're looking at this one. Give us a little preview of what you're looking at before we get into the official stuff.
Well, both guys come off a rough outing, but Vargas going back home to face the Angels, and he's a SoCal boy. He's an Apple Valley kid, played his college ball like Jared Weaver at Long Beach State. So he'll have a nice little contingency there in Anaheim. Kansas City and the Angels, here's the thing. If both these teams can get their bats going, Marco, they can definitely be a player in their respective divisions. I think KC can push Detroit, and I really think the Angels can push Oakland. They always play the A's pretty much even up. I mean, that series, out of all the series in Major League Baseball history, is the closest when you grab all the games that Oakland and the Angels have played against each other. It's absolutely ridiculous, thousands of games, and they've played like within 3 or 4 as far as one winning more than the other. It's kind of crazy.
Now, I agree with you with Kansas City. This is a team that right now you'd have to say is underachieving to what we thought coming
ridiculous.
into this season.
The lineup is pathetic.
They've got a lineup. They've got some young arms on this pitching staff. One of the guys, that I like is the Ventura kid. Pitches great stuff, but he's getting no run support. Then the other night they score a bunch of runs for him, and he has a bad outing. So go figure. But the 2 starts before that, the Kansas City scored, I think, one run in each of his starts, or 1 run and they got shut out in one. It's just ridiculous the way he'd been pitching and not getting any wins.
That's a boatload of runs to Jeff Samardzija.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Wow, feel bad. And then, they got rid of Marmol, but yet they blow it anyway with Rondon last night and give up 2 in the ninth to lose that game in 13 to the Yankees, because Samardzija's ERA lowered now to a league-leading 1.46.
And we had the one year where King Felix, won with, a mediocre record because he was on a bad team. Can we get anybody in talk for Cy Young with no wins? And
Samardzija won't be there long. We know before the trade deadline he's going to be gone.
Well, finally, hopefully he'll get to some place that can give him some wins. Then that's when he'll start giving up 5.
I think he's going to go to the Pirates to increase that win total for the season.
What a guy. That's 2. We've done 3 videos so far. That's 2.
Busting your stones, yeah.
I got nothing to fire back
there
on.
You go.
Nothing.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, you know what? Because of that, I'm done talking to you. Let's make this one official.
All right, pal. All right, this is a tough one, because when you look that both pitchers are coming off bad outings, you would say, well, why will you side with one guy coming off a bad outing and not the other guy? Especially when Richards was unblemished. He was 4-0 going into his last start, gave up 5 runs on 10 hits, couple walks, but he only struck out 1. And that's a glaring statistic to me. Why? Because Richards had been striking out a ton prior to that. He had 7.2 strikeouts per game prior to that 1 strikeout. So I'm kind of looking, going, wait a minute, let me see. Maybe that's something to look at. I mean, we've seen a lot of Tommy John surgeries. I'm not jumping to conclusions on an injury or anything, but I'm just wondering, against the Houston Astros, how do you only have 1 strikeout when you've averaged 7.2 in your 5 prior starts? Meanwhile, Vargas, he got lit up, gave up 7 runs on 8 hits, but he still struck out 6, and he's been consistent. 2 performances before that, Vargas struck out 20 in 18 1/3. He only gave up 2 runs, 8 hits, and 1 walk. And that was in 13 2/3 innings. So I'll take that and look at that. Also look at, like Marco looks at, when a guy goes back to face the old team in that ballpark. And again, he's a SoCal boy. I told you he's from Apple Valley, played his college ball at Long Beach State, so there'll be a lot of faithful there. He'll be focused for this game, and as my pal Chuck Edel says, Grinchy, you know you're going to get his best effort. That's what I'm looking for, because I need his best effort, because the way the Royals are hitting, I mean, it's a joke. I mean, when you look at Billy Butler, only 1 home run. They had to send Moustakas down to the minor leagues. Why? He's hitting 152. Hosmer, 285. That's great, but only 1 home run there. Escobar, he's been pretty consistent. He's 281. He's got 12 stolen bases, so a table setter. Alex Gordon's been okay. Aoki, he's pretty good, but you got to get Butler's numbers up, and then they get Salvador Perez. He should be back by Sunday's game. He's going to miss the opener of the series, but he should be ready to play after that. They need him behind the plate. Plus, his stick is pretty good as well. Valencia and Kane, couple 300 hitters that have been infused in the lineup over the last 15 games. Those guys starting to bring the average up for KC as a team. As far as the Angels, again, they've won 7 of 9. Only real consistent guy, though, lineup-wise, as far as hitting for average, has been Howie Kendrick. As good as Trout is, he's still hitting at 263. Pujols 274. Ibar, a table setter, needs to get on base more. Got a young kid, a phenom, Grant Green, who's off to a good start, and C.J. Cron. Both these guys hitting good for average, but are just getting their feet wet in the lineup. So again, the Angels could take care of business, but I'm going to go against Garrett Richards, who comes off that dismal performance, only striking out 1. I think that's a chance for KC to get the win. Looking for Vargas to go back home, SoCal, take care of business. I know it'll be a tough one, but I like it. I know I'm going to get a plus price against Richards and a pretty good pitcher. So I think I'm going to get a plus 125, 130.
Yeah, and if the Angels win the first 2 of the series, it could even be, more inflated. And the thing about this strikeout, I'll add to you, I like to look at these pitchers like I read the racing form when I'm looking at horses, and you hear the term, the horses come in and out of form and so forth, or they bounce and stuff. The strikeout is a strong indicator, like you said, going up or down as far as what kind of stuff the guy had. And when you see a guy like that had a string of strikeouts, every game, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts, right, and all of a sudden he's got an outing with 1, 2, or 3, he's heading the other way. That's a great indicator.
Against Houston, too.
Yeah,
it's not against a great lineup.
And with Vargas, you're getting him on the road. It's amazing how some of these pitchers have, the home-road dichotomy. We got to get one of those in there. But here's another guy. Home games, his ERA is 5.26. On the road, 4 road games so far, his ERA is 1.67.
Isn't that wild? And he always pitched well in Anaheim, too.
So throw in the, the factor of, being pumped up, going to, where he came from and, team he played for. Great stuff. I love it. That's a great situational play. I'll probably be there with you on Sunday.
There you go.
So there you go. Ken says to take Kansas City with Vargas on the mound. Sunday, you'll get an underdog price. That's Ken's free pick. We got one more free pick. It's going to be mine. We're going to break down the San Antonio Spurs at the Oklahoma City. Not much thunder so far. We'll see what can happen Game 3 on Sunday. That's up next. Pregame.tv.